I think communication is like lubrication. The more communication there is, the easier the machine goes. And without communication, what you get is friction. Most fights amongst friends, I just had a fight with a friend just this week. It was based purely on first miscommunication and then total lack of follow-up. And then the tension just grew and grew and grew until one of us was like, this is ridiculous. It's usually miscommunication and then lack of communication. And so if you can communicate even badly, that will lubricate the relationship. It's okay to talk about the friendship. It's okay to say, here's what I love, here's what I, and it's okay if we need different things in different moments. And as I said before, if we do the work, it's not the ChatGPT answer. It's if you do the work, you get to earn the serotonin. You get to earn the oxytocin. You get to earn the feeling of the hug because it is natural and not because you counted for it. The serotonin is because it's earned and you have genuine joy. And if you cannot, because you've got your own stuff going on, if you cannot be that person for the time that you know they need you, then simply say so. I got shit going on in my life. I can't be the person you need me to be right now. I love you. I love you. I love you. I just need to deal with my own shit. Because otherwise people will make up stories. 99 times out of 100, those stories are wrong. And then we will treat people or act based on our version of events or our story.
Yeah.
And that's all listening is. Listening is just hearing what the other person's story is, just so I have the context for why you've been acting the way you've been acting. The story doesn't have to be right. It's just their story. Just like my story doesn't have to be right. It's right to me, but it's just my experience of something. Like my friend's like, you did this, and then you did this, and then you did this. And I was like, wow. And I didn't say, well, I didn't intend to. I said, wow, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Yes, I did do that. And now I want to tell you my experience of what happened of the same event.
Mm-hmm.
You did this, and you did this, and you did this. And she said, no, I didn't. And I went, oh, no. I'm not telling you I'm right. I just want you to hear how I experienced what went down. So you have context for why I acted the way I acted, because now I have context for the way you acted, the way you acted. Neither of us is right, and both of us are right. So this is about understanding, not about competing. And the funny thing about communication is when somebody gets it wrong or when somebody gets it right, you'd be like, thank you for saying that. That's the best thing I needed to hear. And when they get it wrong, you'd be like, don't invalidate my story. Please just listen to my story. Sorry. You're right. Like, this is the great thing about human beings is we can actually like give people guidance about what they're getting right and wrong in the moment. And it doesn't destroy the moment. And you can be like, you're right. I'm sorry. I'd like to reset. Please continue. We can do that and it works.
Most conflicts don't come from malice. They come from something much simpler, lack of communication. When we stop talking, when we avoid confrontation, the mind fills in the blanks with assumptions. And often, those assumptions are negative. That's how stories in our head are born, and they rarely match reality. These misunderstandings are among the leading causes of relationship conflict, and over time, they erode trust. Psychologist Paul Watzlawick said, "You cannot not communicate." Even silence is a message. Communication isn't just an exchange of words. It's a tool for neurological and emotional connection. When we communicate authentically, the brain releases oxytocin, the hormone of trust and intimacy. Even just feeling heard can reduce cortisol, the stress hormone. This is true in romantic relationships, between friends, at work, anywhere there's a human connection. Communicating well doesn't mean always having the right answer. It means being willing to understand, to ask questions, to say, here's how I perceived it, but I want to know how it felt to you. People who know how to communicate don't avoid problems, they face them. Psychologist John Gottman calls this a repair attempt. Small gestures, words, or apologies that save a relationship before it falls apart. You don't need to be a perfect communicator. Just be present, honest, and curious. Talking doesn't always mean being right, but it gives the other person a chance to understand you. Relationships break in the unspoken, and they heal with just one word. Let's talk. Because communication is like oil in an engine. It doesn't fix everything, but without it, everything jams. Talking is hard, but not talking costs so much more.